Another win, another 3 points that helps us maintain the lead in La Liga. I think our team have grown accustomed to not really doing well in the first half and then coming in the second half and taking it a notch higher. If La Liga was strictly a first half game, I think we would have been a mid-table team. But thankfully, it's a game of 90 minutes and we're able to galvanize ourselves, get ourselves back together and get the 3 points. I think we always repeat the same rhetoric in every game, whereby we're always complaining about the first half and then the team comes back in the second half and raise their level and get the game. I think we just have to accept that this is our team. We just have to accept them. They come with the good and with the bad, and with the games coming so quickly, basically on average every 3 days there is a game. They are humans too, and you don't expect them to be 100% physically in almost every game, so we just have to accept them. So today I'm not going to rant. Even if the first half wasn't good, I'm just going to say kudos to them for getting the win, which is the most important, and stepping their game up. But there are a lot of positives in this game. Regardless of what we might have played in the first half, a lot of positives in the game. Lamine Yamal is morphing into a Messi type player. When I mean Messi type player, not just similarities in play, but in level. He is becoming actually a Messi type talent. He's becoming consistent in front of goal. We all know creativity has never been a problem for him. He always creates for his teammates constantly. He has scored 5 goals now he has scored in 5 consecutive games, which is actually crazy. He now has about 10 goals just in La Liga alone and about 14, I think, for the season. He's doing excellently in front of goal and he's just eating. For some player at his peak, this might be the peak of some players, some world-class players actually. But this is just Lamine in his teenagers. It's scary to imagine what he might become. Which makes me remember what Michel, the Girona coach last season, said, that he didn't believe that they could be a player of Messi's level. But he said Yamal, if he keeps working, he will reach Messi's level. When I heard that quote last season, I was just saying he's yapping. He's putting pressure on this kid. But it's actually true. Because Lamine is talented enough to reach Messi's level. But in my opinion, nobody can be greater. I mean, I'm not going to put myself in a box like some old heads and say there's no one ever. There might be someone, and I'm willing to be convinced if my eye can see it. Anyways, also I want to give kudos to Marc Bernal. His goal today showed that he is a cerebral footballer. That means he has an innate talent for football. The way he didn't actually have to move. His finish was Messi-like, was Messi-X. That type of finish only comes from footballers who exude talent. That is where I will put it. Marc Bernal was absolutely excellent today. Casado came in for Frankie. Frankie, as Flick said, he wasn't 100%, and Flick was actually planning to rest him. Frankie was 100%, so Flick said he was going to be on the bench, and if he's needed, he would come in. But thankfully, we didn't need to play him today. There was a debut for Tommy Marquis, the kid who Flick is absolutely in love with. He's very similar to Frankie in face and in playing style. He had a relatively good game. Even though Rooney Bargi didn't get to start today, he had a few minutes from the bench. I think about 15 minutes. Lamine Yamal came out for him in the 75th minute. It was relatively quiet, but I expect Rooney to play more because we're going to need him towards the business end of the season. Another quiet game from Olmo. Fermin was relatively quiet, but I'm just saying this off her, so I would like us to look at the game to see players. As we can see, we had about 76% of the possession, which is expected. We had about an expected goal of 2.63, which means we were quite clinical in this game. 24 shots, 7 on target, 4 big chances. We missed 2 big chances, which means we scored a goal we were not supposed to score. All through, we had relatively, and I would like to also say that Mallorca had chances to score today, especially from Jan Vigile, our academy boy who left to get game time. He, in the first half, he actually did well. His rating is too poor. He was actually threatening. Pablo Torre started today. He rarely starts, but I think RCD, the Mallorca coach, wanted to see if Pablo Torre will get that extra motivation to do something in a game against BARÇA. But he was quiet too. Morici was quiet. He didn't have much to do throughout the game. He was relatively, I would just say his supply line was cut off today, so it's not really his fault. I'd like to analyze the BARÇA players. Enough of Mallorca. Joan Garcia didn't have a lot to do today. He is cool, calm and collected in possession. I like that he doesn't rush his passes even when he's being pressed. He contributes to the build-up play. Excellent goalkeeper there. There's nothing I will say about Juan Garcia that you have not heard already. Balde. While I believe Balde can improve, I think it's also okay to admit that Balde might never be a Jordi Alba. He just has to be the first Alejandro Balde, good defensive leg back, who is good in the build-up play, who is good in beating the press. I think we just have to accept Balde for who he is and love him, and hopefully he can develop his attacking game in the future. He's still very young. He's about 21, 22, so I mean, I think we just have to love Balde for who he is. Eric Garcia is reminding me of Carles Puyol. Eric Garcia started. He is now a no-nonsense defender who is ruthless and he's more aggressive. He has added that edge to his game, and I love it for him. He was excellent today too. He looks like the big bro in the defense. Paul Kubasi, he's just that conductor from the defensive line. His passes are pinpoint and accurate, and his distribution is world class. Actually, he had a good game today. Now Kunde was fried in the first half. He had a poor first half, and he frustrated Hansi Flick on the touchline today. He was nonchalant. He wasn't. It was as though he was in the Camp Nou, but his mind wasn't there because he wasn't putting in the concentration needed when defending. Even in giving passes, they were too short sometimes. He put his teammates under pressure that they shouldn't be. There was one time the diminutive Vehile that is quite small compared to Kunde won a header over him. Kunde wasn't anticipating it, and if it was a bigger player, that would have been a goal. Kunde actually had a poor first half, and he was much better in the second half, but overall he had an average game, a not so good game. But I mean, hopefully he picks up. I just keep having hope that Kunde would eventually be good. Olmo today is becoming an assist magnet. He's playing deeper. Actually, we played a 4-3-3 today, and RCD even made mention of that. We played 2 offensive attacking midfielders, and Casado sat as the lone pivot, the lone defensive midfielder. Olmo is becoming very, very good with the numbers in terms of creativity. Not that he wasn't creative enough, but we always knew him as this goal-scoring attacking midfielder. That was very creative, but his output has skyrocketed since he started filling in the Pedri role in our squad, and he has been very good. Casado looks rusty. In the field, his decision making was iffy sometimes with his passes and how he shields the ball, and he was actually getting bullied today in the midfield. But he had a good game for someone who doesn't start consistently, and I think with more game time we will see the old Casado who was confident, would go daring to create and was very daring with his passes. It was very good. Fermin Lopez was the one who assisted the goal for Bernal today, and he has lost that scoring spark that he had a little bit in some games, some prior games to this. About 3 games now he has not scored, but he did relatively okay. I think Rashford isn't as clinical as he should be. He had a good game, but I felt he could have scored today if he was more intelligent and in his choices in decision making today in the 18-yard box. Relatively good game though, but I still expect more from Rashford considering the talent he has. I always keep saying this. Lewy had a good goal today. Even though some haters will say he was in an offside position when the first phase of play occurred, but the play was reset and he was in an onside position and he was there to slot in the goal. It takes a very experienced striker to score the type of goal he scored, and he's doing good. There are talks of Barcelona considering extending him for an extra year, but with a reduced salary. They haven't officially gone to the negotiation table, but I believe we shouldn't be distracted by that. We have a treble to win, so we should be fully concentrated in the season. And great game from him today. Great game from him. Lamine Yamal, I think currently on current form and with the year he has been played in 2026, I think there's no debate. He's the best player in the world, and he's going to keep getting better and better and better and better. Kudos to Lamine Yamal. Hansi Flick was exceptional today. He's exceptional today. Whenever we have the type of first half we have, I don't know what he tells the players in the dressing room, but they actually respond to him, and that is an A on his side. Bernal, absolutely phenomenal midfielder. For the present and for the future, he's going to be an absolute top player. I can tell you. He still looks rusty, and then he isn't as much fit as he should be. I mean, he's just coming back from an ACL. I know it has been 3 months, but he's going to need more game time to come up to speed. Ferran Torres, relatively quiet game. I know I've ranted about him a lot of times, but he really still had a quiet game today. João Cancelo came in and played the left wing today. He didn't do anything save for some few tricks he attempted. Bargy was relatively quiet, and then the new kid in the block, Tommy Marcus. After the game, I remember Hansi Flick saying that he's a very good midfielder, but they also see him as a right back, but we'll see. So hopefully, I think Flick is taking notice, or he has taken notice of the way Koundé has been playing, and it hasn't been up to par, obviously. So I think he might try out Tommy Marquez in the right back, and I welcome it, because even João Cancelo isn't giving the performances he's supposed to give. Overall, I think the team played an excellent. I wouldn't go the stretch to say it's excellent, but they played a good game. They got the 3 points. We are 4 points ahead. We are 4 points ahead in the log table, waiting to see what happens. Waiting to see what will happen in the Mestalla today actually, because I'm recording this a little late. So hopefully Valencia can do us a favor. Maybe asking for a victory might be too much. Well, I just need a draw from them to just hopefully we'll enjoy the hate watch tomorrow. Great game from the team. Now on to the Copa del Rey semi-final first leg at the Metropolitano Stadium, the Atleti Stadium on Thursday. It's your boy BARÇA manager, and I would like you to like this video and subscribe to this channel. I'll leave you saying Visca el Barça.